Welcome to the Better Than Bitter podcast. Can you or should you date before the ink is dry? So welcome, friends. All right, let's dive in. Number one, we are going to be talking about the legal minefield. Think about dating during divorce and thinking about what type of harm it could cause you. Well, yeah, it can. This isn't just about how you're feeling right now. It's about your future, your bank account, your kids. So don't skip this part. Listen closely. So the dissipation of marital assets. If you spend money on somebody that you are dating, you are spending marital money. So you may have your own money. So if you do decide to date, you need to use your own money, not anything that was earned during your marriage, because anything earned during your marriage is a marital asset. So if you're spending money on gifts, dinners, trips on somebody that you're dating, the court can make you pay it back. And maybe you're okay with that. But don't fund your new fling with marital assets. That will be the easiest and cleanest way for you to start dating. Alimony and spousal support. So maybe you're beyond dating. Maybe you're ready to jump in and live with the person that you had maybe had an affair with or had created a relationship with. Maybe your divorce has dragged on for 8 years and you've been separated for 8 years and you decide to move in with your new partner. Well, your alimony, if you're receiving it, could be slashed and suddenly disappear because now your living expenses are lower. And when you were getting divorced, you had to outline what your financial needs were and are. And therefore, if you move in with somebody and your cost of living is less, well, that could change your alimony. The next one is child custody and visitation. If you introduce new partners too soon, this will be a red flag and judges will prioritize stability. So your new partner, they're going to have a background check if you are moving in with them or if those kids are coming in sharing a house with them. They could be scrutinized. So don't jeopardize your kids' well-being or your custody arrangement just so you can jump in with a new partner too quickly. And the last one, I get this all the time. If someone has had an affair, adultery, well, in fault states, this could matter because in some states, dating can be considered a crime, adultery, and it could impact your property division or your alimony. So don't give your ex any ammunition. Understand the law before you jump in. In no fault states, and it's not a crime, nor are you going to get any more in your settlement because your ex or soon-to-be ex has had an affair. Those are things that you should consider. All right, let's jump into number 2. I wish you were all here to have some questions answered, but I'm just going to keep it moving forward here. Number 2, the raw truth of your why. Ask yourself, why am I so eager to start dating again? And if you are so eager, I will tell you how to do it right. So now that you know the risks, the legal risks, let's get real on why you are even considering it. So you are questioning if you should be dating. So to be brutally honest, there are reasons why people want to date quickly. Number 1, your spouse had an affair. Fuck them, screw them. You want to just bite back? You're like, if they can do it, I'm going to go do it too. Number 2, maybe you're just lonely and you're looking for companionship, connection, and you're just really wanting to feel something in your life right now. Number 3, you feel like crap about yourself. Maybe your soon-to-be ex had an affair and you want that validation. You want that self-confidence boost. You want to know that you're still desirable. And sometimes if you have been in a sexless marriage, which is the next one, you're so desperate for physical touch and you just want that amazing lustful sex that feels so good. And then maybe if you were in a sexless marriage and you were the one that wasn't putting out, you want to test your own desire. So maybe it was just that you didn't have desire for them, but your desire is rushing through you. It just is rushing through you for someone else and you want to test that. So these are 4 really good reasons why you might be so eager to start dating, but really understanding your why, well, that is what is going to allow for you to move forward appropriately, as long as you've kept those legal ramifications under your belt, understanding what they are if you decide to move forward. So what is my advice? So my advice, as long as you understand the legal ramifications and you believe that dating is not going to hurt you, then go break the seal. Go have some sex. Recycle an old fling. Familiar feels really good. It feels comfortable, but you do need to do it smart. Sometimes it's just what you need to reestablish your authentic self. Maybe you had lost a lot of yourself in your marriage and you just wanted to rediscover who that person that you lost really is and if they are still in here. So here's how you do it without derailing your divorce process and losing your shirt just for a roll in the hay, or maybe just some emotional connection. Number 1, do not pay with your own money. Do not use joint accounts or marital funds for anything relating to your dating life. Keep those finances separate. Be discreet. Don't flaunt your new dating life on social media, and anybody you are dating, make sure they do not either. Keep it private. The less your ex knows, and the nothing that your kids should know at all at the early stages, the better. The next one is know your state laws. And I know I already said this once, but I'm going to say it again. Know your state laws. If you need to get onto ChatGPT and Google what kind of state laws you have around adultery and false states, you should do that. Understand the law and how it might impact alimony and property division. Consult a lawyer. But you know what? Past that, this is just my personal advice. And this is how I advise people when I start coaching them on getting back out there and dating. Do not go out there and shop for love. Don't seem desperate. You can get out there and expand your social circle, meet new people, but you need to tell everybody that you are dating where you are in your divorce process. If that ink is not dry, make sure that that person on the other end knows. Know your own limitations as well as your intentions. So be upfront, full transparency, no games, no false promises. There's a lot of people out there who have been searching for somebody to partner with for 7, 8, 9 years. And for them to date somebody who hasn't fully finalized their divorce is a big risk. They might be willing to take that risk with you, but make sure you have full transparency around it. And don't trauma bond over your divorces. So if you start to date somebody who might be also going through a divorce, great. You might align on so many levels, but that trauma bonding is not going to be a long-lasting love connection. It might work for a little while, but then you will need to build out from that a real relationship. So I do want to tell you that new connections, they feel amazing. I mean, am divorced, did have somebody I dated right out of the gate about 10 minutes. I did date somebody about 10 months out of the gate, and it felt amazing and it felt good for both of us. We both, needed it in that certain time frame of our lives. And yeah, we got swept away. It felt great. It was intoxicating. And I know that you might even believe this could be the one. But early stages of relationships are full of lust. They're full of infatuations. And you know what? Don't mistake that for long-lasting love. I'm not telling you that it might not be real, because it could be real, but it also provides a really nice buffer for the pain that you are still processing. And it also could be a much needed distraction, but you still need to do the deep work because you're not going to be healing when you're delaying. So your buffering, it could act as something that will provide you a feel-good moment. But when that buffering stops and the true healing begins, that's when you're actually going to be ready for something real. So until then, my advice, go have some familiar sex, but be upfront and honest. Go connect with somebody that, it might feel like a good emotional connection. It does feel good to recycle from your past. Maybe somebody who already knows you, knows your family. Just make those connections. Go have some fun. You deserve fun. But again, make sure you know those legal ramifications. Number 3 is the most important. Protect your kids. All right, let's talk about the kids. This is a non-negotiable. Your dating life is yours. Their childhood is theirs. And your job as a parent is to protect that childhood. Keep them separate. Protect their peace. Protect their frame of mind. My approach at Better Than Bitter, we have what we call the child-centered method. And it's not all about the children, but it means that every action, every reaction, every behavior should be put through a child-centered lens. What would it feel like to be a child on the other side? So as you are going through this dating process and you are putting your actions and your behaviors through that child-centered lens, ask yourself, if you were that child, gosh, what would it feel like for me to be on the other side of that? Imagine seeing your parents bringing new partners in and out of your house, in and out of your bedroom before your divorce is even final. Put yourself in their shoes. Empathize. Look at this from their perspective. The other thing that happens with children is they begin to feel like you are making a choice, that your dating life is more important than them. If it's getting in the way of how you are showing up for them, or maybe it's their perception of how you are showing up for them. Kids are already grieving the loss of your togetherness, the family that they knew. So even though you might be doing a great job of staying amicable with your ex or your soon-to-be ex, you're working towards a family re-envisioned, but you are out there dating. And how they are perceiving your actions might not be the truth, but it's their interpretation. So be sensitive to that. Don't not validate, make sure you're validating their feelings. Make sure that they understand that you hear them, you see them. It doesn't mean you don't have the opportunity to date. It's just the way by which you are approaching it and having an understanding around the effects of what you are doing at that time. I know it is incredibly tough on you, but it is incredibly tough on them. So the non-negotiable rules, let's review them. Don't introduce anyone you are dating to your children for 10 months to a year, okay, after dating them if you are not fully divorced. Again, it has more to do with that pending agreement and where you really are. Is it just hung up in the courts? Is everything finalized? You're living your separate lives. Your kids are already going back and forth. Again, it really depends on where you are in terms of being able to make this decision in a rational way. Shield them from your dating life completely, meaning don't post it on social media for them to see. Don't have that significant other in your life around the house at the beginning. It's just not worth it for them to have to endure that type of pain. So I would just say that I even though I'm way out of my divorce, it's been years and I am dating somebody, I still check in with my kids to make sure that when we are celebrating something and there's an event or a sporting event, that one of my kids is playing in, I ask permission. I still say, is it okay? For, so-and-so to come and join us, because I want to be sensitive to how they feel. And I want them to feel comfortable with, sharing their feelings in that moment. And every moment is a new moment for your children. So just recognize that. So the next thing is, again, your kids don't need a revolving door. They just don't need new partners coming in and out. This is all about their stability, their security. And although you might have some needs, I hope that all of you put your kids first. So before you dive headfirst into the dating pool while your divorce is still pending, remember, know your why. Be brutally honest and understand why you are wanting to date at this time and understand the legal consequences of dating. Know your laws in your state. Understand how it could affect your alimony. It could affect your custody. It could affect the money by which you might have to pay back if you're utilizing marital assets to wine and dine a new partner or a new love interest. And remember that your future and your children's well-being, well, it's all going to depend on this. So if you are navigating these complex waters, this is the type of work that we do here at Better Than Bitter. And I hope that you continue to tune into the Better Than Bitter podcast by subscribing. Thanks again for sharing your time with us here. And I wish all of you a journey that is filled with peace, not bitterness. Signing off from Better Than Bitter. This is Tania. See you next week.